So, man, hello. Dumelang. I hope little man. Guys, I'm trying to fight the chubabas. Basically, the recipe of the chubaba and the little jalone. Little recipe of the chubibs. Because, the chubaba they make a mouth, guys. Aging ain't good. Aging is so not good. Particularly when I have stress. They just get worse. Starting from here, they start here. The discoloration starts from here, comes there. Hi, please. Let's start a little manafela. Little recipe of the chubaba. Until it can jalone. Recipe of the chubaba. I've tried almost everything. Plus, I grew up with an acne skin. I've always had problems with acne. Hi, Monokwa. Hi, Mr. Fernando. I grew up with acne problems. And now as I grow older, they don't get better. Actually, they get worse. Try to tell me the chubaba. All the recipe guys. Kopa recipe ya di chubaba mo hanse le kena le recipe ya di chubaba. Umgalelo doesn't work me. I've tried umgalelo. I'm trying so many things, not working. Don't with the boa. Who's this? Kimang Obatum. I see a beautiful face there, but I can't figure out who it is. Hello, beautiful person. I see there are two people there. The topic for today is what is so wrong with self-pleasure and with masturbation. Hi, Shamaine. Let's talk about what is so wrong with self-pleasure and masturbation, as many people make it out to be. I believe everyone that believes self-pleasure is wrong and masturbation is wrong. Whoever ever was standing on the pulpit, they took it from the pulpit. I'm trying. It's my own kinto. Because little recipe ya di chubaba. Guys, ala khatela ke di chubaba tsaka. Ma khathetse ke tsona. Hi Dimax. How's Dimax? I see you. I want us to talk about self-pleasure and masturbation. In a country is full of not just gender-based violence, but rape as well. When you get into the psyche of rapists, you'd find that they are taught that self-pleasure is wrong. They are taught that masturbation is so wrong. Masturbation will cause them harm, will make them go crazy. But in the same breath, how rape is more wrong than even self-pleasure. So I really do believe we need to blame the church and religion for many of the problems that we have in this world. Hello, Chabi. We really do need to blame the church and the pastors for the problems that we have in society. Habarata, they can solve our problems. The same attitude Ebanan Leona, Habarutaka, self-pleasure, le masturbation, or how wrong they are. That very same energy, if they could use it to teach their people ho foster motho to have a sex kapa ho coerce motho into having sex. Baba ruta le hore the Bible is so direct when coming to those. Nkabe re sena problem tse re na le tsona tsa read. Some people I know go fela ha gona re ntse ntho natural sciences re entse le sa tsane bitswa biology baba ha o le moholo o entse e bitswa biology ha o le mnyane o entse e bitswa natural sciences. Now both of them, they've got reproductive systems. They also have got system e bontshang hore how do hormones work. Now I think majority of us were not listening in class, because if in a class in the things we have, most of the problems that we have or most of the processes that happen to the body are natural, very natural. The sexual feelings that you feel, they are natural, very natural. They happen from nature, even more so for boys than girls. Habazu wafela who saying their penises are up. The aim who saying Habazuwa to show her bapila, to show her naturally, this happens naturally. And if that does not happen, that means you are not okay. Now comes a person with the Bible. They don't even open a verse on the Bible that tells you self-pleasure is wrong. They don't even tell you what to do with those feelings that you have that are so natural. Those feelings are natural. The minute you can puberty, you start having those sexual urges naturally. So and they are not every day. And our level of hormones is not the same. The same way the body weight, honalebo slender, honalebo middle weight. The same way you even when you go to animals, they are not the same. Even the animals have got sexual urges. Laka banale cats, yadula katlung. Why bona haitloba on heat? There comes a time naturally on the animal life. Age zang kina kwa meida jala. Otla ibona esa ludisehi, etla esa ntse snacks, etla batla ho iketsang elle etse di sound tse jwang. Benzele re ya loy. Hello Unix, e batla di mating partners tsa yona. Di ka tse dilla jwang. Ke tsela ya tsona ya ho bitsana so that they can come and mate. So hey, look di ka tsene di etsang hene di loy. Ha di loy for call. That's how they call each other for mating during mating season. Dogs, there comes a time when they need to have sex. They need to, that interaction is called mating. Highly animals, and it's a mating. And how you feel like so what makes you think a person is made differently? A person is done exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. The same sexual urges that animals have, even people do have. Now, what do you do with them when you do not have a partner? What do you do with them when you do not have a partner that you can mate with? The Bible is very direct when it talks about sex issues. it is so direct when it says no sex before marriage. That one, modimo azang o entse batho azang apota kwa le diphatsi tsa gona ha di bitsa di le jwalo. Oh, it's so wrong to have a relationship, extramarital relationship. The Bible is so clear about that. Where does the Bible say self-pleasure is wrong? Where? Upatimane yona jwale. Tekal. Maize. Maingene. He? Haikene temana eo. Hobane ha iyo. Hayo batla eba into temana ya Bible eyang kwana e buang fela ka hore he o ile o le clean he mekgwa ya. Where does it say stop masturbating? No way. Where does it say do not self-pleasure? Do not give yourself pleasure? No way. Hahona. Mara, ki yona e ba ruti ba tsebang ho bua haholo eo. Yona, shame. Ba kgonne convince batho hore it is wrong to self-pleasure. Mara ba hlolile convince batho hore it is wise not to rape others. It is wise. Kima, that one is evil spirit, but imona. I'm sorry, Viking over that one is evil spirit. But imona, I get to be about imona kaparo ere. Auna evil spirit imon. Hi Becky, evil spirit is for lady animals hen that day. However, NS how ubankile class outside school. If you really do believe hore having sexual urges is an evil spirit, I'm a guy. Ubalile class NS unibalehile. Ela how to get class when I hear how to daughter. Because you would know where there are things called hormones. You'd also know we have a hormone called oxytocin that our bodies need. Ering house I told you over a certain period of time. Before house I told you, most of the oxytocin we told her when you are extremely happy, when something good happens to you and it makes your heart very, very warm. That's when your oxytocin goes up, the level goes up. Another multiple supplier, even the biggest supplier, oxytocin, which is good for so many parts. It's good for your body, it's good for your heart, it's good for your kidneys, it's good for your health in general. The oxytocin is found during sex. Your body releases it during sex. You do not have a partner to have sex with. So what should happen to you? Where should you get the supply of oxytocin? Where should you get it? Should you go and rape someone to get it? And cause massive harm to the body and soul of that person in the process. So it's not wrong for you to self-pleasure, but it is wrong for you to self-pleasure, but it's not wrong for you to go get your oxytocin from someone else by force. Does it make sense? That's clever, ne? Very, very clever. Guys, God is so direct with his issues, with issues that people are dealing with. He hides nothing from us. And there is a verse that talks about people having sex with animals. He is so direct with that. He doesn't want that, but it's a death punishable offense. Bufebe is a death punishable offense. have sex without kantle ho lenyalo, it's a death punishable offense. How many people have you had sex with? And God was clear on it. Even the pastors themselves are not afraid of it. The very same pastors, even before Banyala, these days, they take women, they live with them before, knowing very well the Bible is very direct when coming to that. The Bible is very, maybe, it's very clear on it. So, when we have sex with people that we are not married to, when we're having sex with outside partners, outside of our marriages. All of a sudden, when you're supposed to self-pleasure, the very one as I does it even make sense, guys? The reason why we have the highest number of rape cases is part of the reason from the churches, how we are raised, how we are indoctrinated. Indoctrines, so to hey, evil spirit, it maybe spiritual husband. Spiritual husband, what is this nonsense if it's on spiritual husband? Husband, in my understanding, is somebody that you are married to. Marriage is something that you give consent to. Marriage, traditional marriages, civil marriages. Spiritual husband, what kind of a marriage is that? Okay, fine. Ulukile spirit, you can be my husband. Yeah? A guy tell me on spiritual husband in the Bible. There are so many things that we just do not question. We just take from our religions. We just take. Just see you go. How question. Where does it come from? We just take. And that shall be the end of us. That's where the danger is at. The danger is at a point where we are being told and we rely on things that we are told. We don't even use our minds. That's where the danger is at. If we were to teach our children to self-pleasure instead of relying on the other gender to get pleasure, we would have less number of pregnancies, teenage pregnancies, underage pregnancies, and unplanned pregnancies. If we were to teach our children to self-pleasure instead of them relying on pleasure coming from the opposite gender, we would have solved our problems. We would have less number of pregnancies, less number of unplanned pregnancies, less number of rapes, less number of unwanted pregnancies. So, when you find Wana Ali busy as self-pleasure, you busy, you wanna bash them instead of guiding them. That is why the problems are rape cases, That is why re tlo dula re na le di-cases tsa underage pregnancies. That is why re tlo dula re na le di-problems tsa teenage pregnancies and unplanned pregnancies, because we are failing to deal with the core issue. The core issue in human behavior is there are feelings that are natural, that cannot be controlled, that are very natural. And if these feelings are unsatisfied, because really oxytocin is needed in the body, as it is needed in the body, the body has a way in which it generates oxytocin. That is why it is highly possible for you, if you haven't had sex for the longest time, you're gonna end up having a feeling like there is someone that's having sex with you. That is the body and the mind working together to create a scenario that can give the body the oxytocin that it needs. The marriage is spiritual husband, take up a spiritual wife. Hey, how you on true? However, if it's spiritual something, then it must be the spiritual rapist, because you did not even agree to that sex is halamo. So I don't understand why the word husband. Basalane ba rata like into snacks. Basalane ba rata like into snacks and ba rata o iketsetsa ka nje. Bona ne ba dutse tjena le modimo ka ntho ba dutse tjena a ba jwetsa tse ding tsa dintho tsa sa dingolang ka bibeleng. No. A ke re tlolang phela ka o sejelwa. Let us solve our problems. Sit down with your children. Talk to them about self-pleasure. It's not easy. It's never easy. Even talking about sex with the children. The birds and the bees. People even use the birds and the bees to avoid the issue at hand. But I balladed me and some the birds and the bees, the birds and the bees. As one say abueka, the real problem at hand, which is the sexual urges that starts being there the minute a child gets into puberty. Now, so many women are being bashed. They are being bashed for having extramarital relationships. You know why? Because they were never taught that self-pleasure is okay, even if you have a husband, when the husband is failing to satisfy you. That could have solved so many marriages. No, motho nahana hore pleasure hae e dutse fela mo monneng. Tshwantse ke batle monna, ke batle monna. Ha wa ka sa kgone function ka tlung, then I must go and find another one. That's the problem we have. We were never taught self-pleasure. We were taught that self-pleasure is wrong. But who said it's wrong? Because it wasn't God. And God said going outside is wrong, but we are doing it anyway. So many women ba hlokahalwa ke banna ba bang ba divorceiwa. Ba qetella ba ratana le banna ba batho. Why? Because they were taught self-pleasure is wrong. It was instilled by the religion that self-pleasure is wrong. But nowhere in the Bible, nowhere, whereas we say the Bible is the word of God. The word of God, God never said self-pleasure is wrong. But God did say sleeping with someone outside marriage is wrong. But people are doing it anyway. I'm just feel like I understand. You understand. My self-pleasure, I understand. If we are not going to change the way we do things and the way we raise our children, and if we are not going to expose our children to things that we were not exposed to, if we are not going to advise our children in a way that we wish we could have been advised, because some of the mistakes that we did, we couldn't have done. Should we had the knowledge that we have today. Now, if you're going to sit there and tell the children it's wrong to self-pleasure, and then you also tell them it's wrong to go with boys. Some of you cannot, double standards, I'm a color it, serious, I'm a double standards. Like the religion is playing double standards of people. And I'll tell you why, even the people that are the custodians of that truth that they claim is the truth coming from the Bible are not leading by example. The very pastors have got wives, but they are busy with church people in there because they cannot control their own sexual urges, because they've told people, and they were also told, self-pleasure is wrong. When their wives are not satisfying them, or they are not satisfied by their wives, because the satisfaction goes both ways. It's not anyone's responsibility for motho ebe o mongwe a tsantseng a pleasurize o mongwe. It's highly likely that the wife cannot satisfy you, or you cannot be satisfied by the wife, or you're not even satisfying the wife ends up just giving up on you. Instead of people sitting down and looking at the problems and the dynamics in their relationships sexually and sit down and talk like adults should, no, people resort to methods that the Bible, the very Bible they are preaching about, is telling them they are wrong. They having extramarital affairs, which God did tell them that is punishable by death. And still about that, they still believe by man himself. They still believe like they gonna get but they couldn't even self-pleasure. The one that God did not talk about, and I resolve the problems when many boys would know there's nothing wrong with self-pleasurizing themselves, they would not be out there looking for girls that they can rape to satisfy themselves. If many girls would know, actually they can self-pleasurize, they wouldn't be out there teaching young boys to have sex just because they want to have pleasure. Even adults, there are adults out there that still think self-pleasurizing or masturbation is wrong. They are busy out there looking for everyone else to have sex with. They cannot think of ways in which they can self-pleasurize. And there are so many ways. You've got your fingers. Yeah. You've got your fingers. You can even buy yourself sex toys. Adults, hello. Umuhulu. Buy yourself adult toys. There is nothing wrong with that. God did not say they are wrong. Nowhere in the Bible God said the toys are wrong. The sex toys are wrong. It's your pastor and your religion that led you to believe they are wrong. It wasn't God, Shep. It was never God. Yes, and toys. There are so many toys, Sissy. There are so many toys. So instead of being problematic and being trouble to other people's marriages, just because we're not on hello. There are ways. While you are waiting for that person, we're not saying that the toy can replace a person. They cannot replace a person. Definitely they cannot, but they will give you oxytocin that you need. You will get it. Because oxytocin is within your body. And when you touch your body, you end up even knowing your body. What's say about, okay, this is where I get pleasure. You know your body better. Hence, how to go okay, This is my best spot. Where is your best spot? Sikhulile guys, sibancane guys, sizo self-pleasure, with pleasure, with no no guilt feelings. Bawuthetsa. Whoever I think God said, the Bible said, was a liar. Muthi sekwana umuntu ezokhize ki a liar. Kishulo nna. Omaka. So I don't know, but we do know that everybody believes whatever they believe, and some of the things were taught for so long to people that changing what they believe is almost impossible to many. To some, it may take time. To some, it may never happen. People will believe whatever they want to believe. People will be afraid for whatever they want to be afraid for. But people will never make an effort to find out how wrong their belief was until it's challenged by someone. So I'm here to challenge that belief today. Go and search. If you do not believe me, go and search and search and search everywhere. There is nowhere in the Bible where it talks about masturbation or self-pleasure in any way, wrong way or good way. Do you really think God did not think about it? Yet he did manage to think about people that are sleeping with dogs, and we see them. How many times have we seen people that are sleeping with dogs or other animals? We've seen them. And it's in the Bible. It was in the Bible long time ago. It was there. And when I first saw it in the Bible, I thought like, for me, it was an unnecessary statement that is in the Bible. Little did I know that still in my lifetime, I would find out that, actually, this happens more often than we think. More often than we ever think it happens. So what makes you think God did not think about self-pleasure? Because even from the first person he made, that very same person was built in, within them, sexual urges. They were there, they were part of them. So can you really think God can think about anything else and then forget about this very, very thing that he has structured and inserted and built in the very first person? The very same first person. That is why he ended up making a partner for that person. Then you come and think God did not think about self-pleasure, and then he chose just to be quiet. No, it's because he didn't care about it. He knew it's a need. So you want God to teach you everything? You want him to say, hey, go self-pleasure. Yeah? You really want God to teach you everything? Hi Cindy, there's this pastor who wanted to have an affair with me. When I told him I pleasure with toys, he wanted to lay hands on me and take away my toys. Because apparently they will invite... Imagine they will invite spiritual husband. Nonsense. He was going out with the church member. And sometimes I feel like they are creating they're creating a problem so that you can provide a solution. I think so. I really do think the pastors are creating problems so that they can provide solutions. They can be needed to provide solutions. They tell their members that it's wrong to self-pleasurize. They tell them it's wrong to masturbate. They are not afraid with the sexual advances to their members. And they are not afraid to sleep with their members. They are not afraid to do the very same thing that God was direct about. Oh, this is very, very wrong. And when you check the law of King Mulawa Febe, I forget what English I'm used to the Soto Bible. It's in the same breath as Hubulaya. God regard them in the same breath. If you remember Israel, there were 10 laws. Those were the biggest laws, were regarded as the biggest laws. And then hununa le melawana, like smaller laws. Bufebe was one of these, one of the 10 that are important. Skabulaya, skafeba, skakhalamang, skaizam. They were among those 10. God was very direct on that one. How should hey, God said that is punishable by death. He was very clear on that one. So I really do think they create problems. Hungry, these sexual urges. Because of that, the oxytocin level is very, very low. They end up having cravings now and then that lead to sexual dreams. And then those sexual dreams, they believe now, they go and tell ma, yena pastor happy. Guys, the messed up nation we live in is so messed up. Very, very. Imagine. And I hate that thing that men, when men make advances to you, then you turn them down. The next thing they ask, do you have a relationship? Then you say no. They are like, the first thing to show our nation is, hey man, really mates. The very same thing, the very first thing they ask you, now how do you, we guys, I afford toys. I've got ways and means. Imagine, Cindy, he wants to take your toys. They will invite the spiritual husband. What is a husband, guys? Or can not understanding husband king? Can not understanding husband? Husband is somebody that married me. If you are not married to me, then you are the boyfriend. And if you are the boyfriend, you are the boyfriend because I allowed you to be. If you're gonna sleep with me without my permission, you are my rapist. You are nothing. You are not a boyfriend. You are not a husband. So this term here, nonsense here, spiritual husband, it's okay. So, and if you can hear, I get so disgusted. The pastors are creating a problem that they can provide a solution for. Be extra careful. Hi, Precious Zulu. Hi, girl. They are seriously providing a problem just so that they can be called to come and provide the solution. So it's up to us, guys. It's up to you. Anything that is not in the Bible was not done by God. And if Harris happy to if then I can understand why should we be afraid of anything else that he did not talk about. Who do we think we are? And from which Bibles are these spiritual marriages? From which Bibles? Because I just look at Bible, it works as spiritual marriage. I just look at Bible, it works as spiritual husband, spiritual wife. Bazalwane ke bona go tla ba bua ka his spiritual wife, his spiritual husband. These spiritual marriages, these are like, who's marrying these people? Who is marrying who here? And hababola. Yo, guys, hababola. Hasika di cases tsa ba ruti ba bazalwane tsa ntho tsa di rape everywhere. Because they are busy creating problems so that they can provide the solution. They want to have the women in their churches at a point where they are open for anything that they're gonna suggest. They are taking advantage of the situation. So they create desperate situations so that they can come and provide solutions that only serve. Selfish. How selfish is that? That's very, very selfish. Girls, boys, haona mdimo aitzeng do not self-pleasure. Ayo. Haona mdimo aitzeng do not masturbate. Ayo. I'm still yet to see okay Bible here because not the one that I read. And not interpretations, just next. Also, don't like interpretations. We don't want an interpretation. We want something that is straight. Just like God sees things very straight. I got cheeky. Left ke left, right ke right. Tloelang o kenya modimo mantswe ka molomo ntse le re ha bona that verse that says no, let it say it directly, then we'll believe you. Thank you so much and good night. Bye.